Well, Gary, let's hope we have the sort of match which could be described that men of England nowadays will think themselves accursed they are not here. Here are the tractor boys about to start their adventure into Europe. The successors to those who stopped at precisely 50 matches 9 days short of 19 years ago. Wonderful welcome for both teams. Only 50 supporters have travelled from Moscow to support Torpedo. It's a special atmosphere on a ground which is changing rapidly with the new south stand and the new north stand making great progress, but somehow with the changes in architecture they've managed to retain the warmth which has always been a part of Ipswich Town Football Club. The usual handshakes, and let's check on the two lineups. As far as Ipswich Town are concerned, two changes from Sunday. Pablo Cunago, the Spanish under-21 international, starts for the first time, and Jermaine Wright returns to the team for the first time. Armstrong was ruled out and Royster is a substitute, and there is, we believe, a change of formation.
Yes, Barry, we're led to believe that it's going to be a 4-3-3, obviously very attacking, and judging by a lot of these games that we see in European football, that the middle three of Holland, Midgilton and Wright could well be the key for Ipswich tonight, because I've no doubt they'll be outnumbered at many times in that vital area.
As for the opposition, who are currently fourth in their championship, which ends in November, they offer 5 internationals spread across what was the Soviet Union. The front two are a noted pairing, but among the rest there seem to be a number of defensive players.
Well, there's no doubt that Torpedo Moscow are much more experienced in terms of European football, and like any of the Russian team, they'll be very well organised, especially defensively. They'll break extremely quickly, and they'll be very, very difficult to play against.
This match, of course, postponed from its original date last week, and there will now be a 1-minute silence. The officials tonight come from Turkey. Orhan Erdemir, a 38-year-old insurance worker from Istanbul, is the referee. He's been an international referee since 1999 and in Turkey since '94. And this is one of the best pitches in the whole world of football. And it will be the home side who will put the game into motion. Encouragement from Matt Holland, their Irish skipper. First touch for Finidi George. He knows what it's like to win massively at club level. This is Cunago, preferred to Richard Naylor. Stewart makes the first run, but is not going to get that away by Diev. a fine evening for football after a pleasant day in Ipswich. Ipswich throw.
Straight away, Barry. Finidi George is lining up on the left. That's the change. We thought he might play down the right-hand side, but obviously a tactical ploy by George Burley to operate in down the left.
Dive organising the defence around him. Quickly away by Lukovic. Bramble. Had to be carefully watched, but it was well cut out. That's a Jaya. The Icelandic international, Haraldsson. Eventually stopped in his tracks, but he's not an easy one to stop, and he's got more room here. Didn't make the most of it. Bramble bounced away, bounced kindly for him in the end, and Haraldsson can try again. Breezy start by Ipswich Town, but the delivery into the box so far has been pretty awful. This is Finidi George. Haraldsson for the third time of asking. Magilton. First corner. To the right of the penalty spot. Jermaine Wright takes it. May have got just a touch off the head of Malai. Beat everybody else. Malai making his 100th appearance, incidentally, for Torpedo, and he didn't make contact.
No, Titus Bramble was the closest. I don't think he saw it until very late. Obviously too late.
Torpedo with two forward and Kulmiltsev going across the line behind them, mainly to the right side, number 21. But it's an Ipswich free kick, but not from there. Kulmiltsev. And Shirko really held on a bit too long. Sajaya. It's a good spread. Leonchenko. Nice angles, but a deal of chasing required for Serianov, and in the end it comes all the way back. Last touch was off a member of the Russian team. Going away to Shirko. This is Leonchenko. Needed somebody further forward on the left side. Shirko again. Good cover by Chris Makin. Kulmiltsev. Oh, and the goalkeeper. Ooh, goodness me. Sereni almost presented it to the opposition.
Just seemed to go down extremely early, Sereni, and I think after Saturday, where a lot of people felt he was so responsible for the goal conceded against Blackburn, obviously confidence at a bit of a low.
Ought to be quite pleased, because he's heard today that He only has a booking as a result of being sent off late on at Leicester. And so Addison was originally going to be a 3-match suspension. Miltsev, make it, right, with a movement from Stewart, left Benidi George forward. John McGreal. Managed surprisingly to stay in play. Promptly given away by Malai. Bramble. For Addison. Quite often the real starting point of attacks. Benidi George not sure whether to go or to wait to be given it. Addison makes up his mind. His own, that is. Holland. That's well done by Stewart. And what a claim by Berezovsky.
Yeah, originally the ball came from a mistake as well, but Stewart certainly hit the target.
For Addison. Benidi George. Magilton. All very busy, quick passing. It was a good run by Holland, but he wasn't quite sure where it was. Had he continued running, it might have landed just right for him.
Yeah, the great problem was he was having to watch the ball come over his shoulder. I think Magilton it was who picked him out.
Magilton again, starting things off. Stewart to George. For Addison. At the moment can't find a cross to save his life.
No, I think that's 4 occasions already, and I think one thing is very obvious early on, Barry, how hard the midfield three for Ipswich are having to work.
First sign of a threat from Diaz-Meakin, and a corner results.
Now this is the Stewart chance, isn't it? And make the goalkeeper make the save. It's the first rule.
Had plenty of time to move feet first. That's well watched by Kunago. It's not away yet. It is now. George Burley would have been very pleased to see that, the Spanish international striker seeing the danger and getting back to make a nuisance of himself. The same formation. 2 forward, and Miltsev, number 21, is doing an awful lot of running. Addison. George. The shorts. Holland. Promising. The ball from Stewart. George gets it in early. A good piece of defending by Jolovic.
Yeah, it's a good ball from Stewart in this, and from Benidi George as well. He's making the defender have to defend against Kunago.
Jolovic, Yugoslav under 21 international. Shout by the goalkeeper off his knuckles. Magilton. Good switch by John McGreal. Right. George. Years old now, and the European Cup and the Super Cup and the Intercontinental Cup with Ajax. Sold himself, the defender, Sajaya. Gunnar goes offside.
Well, this is where Ipswich are getting the joy in the early part of the game. It was just offside as well, Kunaga, but Aridison's linking up very smartly with Finidi George. He's just seeing him and giving him the ball and supporting him.
Sorry, I think you lost us there briefly, but you didn't miss anything of note. When I say us, I mean Mark Lawrenson and me. Ah, a moment of silence, that's no problem. There's Meakin waiting. Dive's clearance. Vukovic got on the wrong side in a rather extraordinary fashion. George. Magilton. Given away, pressure again from Komiltsev, and this is very good running, and it's straight through, and that's the opening goal by Veers Meakin. And again, that stem from pressure by Komiltsev as Ipswich had possession, and they gave it away really rather casually. Shirko feeding the ball through to Veers Meakin, and the finish straight through Sereni.
Well, just quite simple, wasn't it? Once you give the ball away at this level of international football, more often not can end up in the back of your net. It's just simple execution. I don't know what Bramble was thinking, and great little run as well, timing of the pass. And I think that involved 2 nutmegs a goal.
And the goal scored by the man who currently leads the scoring column in the Russian league. 16 he has, and he scores here after 40 minutes of this first round, first leg UEFA Cup tie. This is Meakin. Right.
It's just important really for Ipswich now that they don't go chasing the game. We know they're extremely inexperienced in most areas, and as far as European football is concerned, it's got to settle down. It's the likes of Magilton and Holland to get the passing game going again and the movement, and hopefully the chances will come.
Aridison. either been short or too strong. Really good play though by Stewart to make something out of what was nothing. George a give and go with Magilton. Just feel that Magilton's one of those players, if he plays well, his club plays well, but they're not giving him too much time to settle.
No, and also Magilton's the kind of player that he has to have options when he's on the ball.
Shirko. There's Mekin, Kamiltsev. Appeal for handball, and very fortunately it was by Siryanov. Ipswich were wide open. Daev gets away with a half error.
Well, we just mentioned Magilton, Barry, and you know, he's patrolling that little area in front of the back four and trying to get Ipswich playing. The other great problem tonight is also having to keep an eye out for Kamiltsev, 21 for Torpedo Moscow, who's just been allowed to play free, and at the moment everything good about Moscow's play is through Kamiltsev.
He in fact is a Ukrainian, born Russian, but he's recently taken Ukrainian nationality, suggesting himself to be more than a useful player so far. Goalkeeper's come a long way for it, makes a mess of it. George! Well, the free kick has been given for what I know not. It seemed to me the goalkeeper just made a mess of that.
I think he made a complete mess of this. He's tried to come across players. All right, you might argue Kunago had his arm up, but I don't seriously think he impeded the goalkeeper.
Contrast between one side who made a rather stuttering start to their season and another side, the visitors, who are battling for a place in next season's Champions League. They're just 4 points off second place, 5 points off the leaders, Spartak Moscow. It's confirmation of the face and the details of the scorer. Let's get his body in quite a lot, Kunago. It was costly on Sunday against Blackburn when a free kick was given against him. But he just drops the shoulder and makes sure that his body's in the way of the defender. Very narrow line of what's legitimate and what isn't. George. George. Let's get the impression, Mark, that one or two Ipswich legs are pumping rather more than they need to. They can't really settle, can they?
No, and the other problem as well is that Torpedo Moscow very, very quick to get themselves in position when they lose possession. And as anyone will tell you about European football, I think the two most important things are you have to retain the ball when you've got it, and also patience is another important factor.
Also a third rule that George Burley will know well enough. He was injured, didn't play in that UEFA final. But that rule has been broken because they've conceded a goal at home. Shirko looks to try and make it two, but is well wide. I think it was a very swift counter. Shirko to Mekin. Finished in style for him, not such great style for the Italian goalkeeper.
Now just minimal amount of touches, isn't it? The other thing about Ipswich is it's very distinctly three parts to the team at the moment. It's very much a back four, the middle three and the front three, and they're strung out all over the pitch.
Bramble. Mekin. Right. Free kick. And Jolovic claiming that the elbow was into his neck, but the verdict goes against him.
Well, Berezovsky, the goalkeeper, dropped the last cross, didn't he? It'd be interesting to see if he's going to come for this. And Ipswich just make sure that they don't foul him. And
Bramble up at the back of the line, Magilton to take. 6 possible recipients. Corner. Kinago was the player who went down. There was a bit of wrestling, but rather more of it than there was. No complaint from any Ipswich player. Interesting clearance by the goalkeeper. He's an Armenian, just to take you around the old Soviet Union. Better cross! A bit of push and shove, too much so by Stewart on Malai. It's Vitaly Shevchenko. Played for Dynamo Kiev and Lokomotiv Moscow. Ipswich free kick taken, but the referee will not allow that because it's an injured player on the pitch. As a result of the challenge with Stewart, it's Jolovic again. Those two are having a bit of a party. Not too much choice for the referee really, but he clearly put it on Jolovic.
yeah.
Over the top by the Icelander.
And there's a real quality about Magilton's crosses. He thought Hararisson could have done better, wouldn't it? But at least Ipswich have reacted brightly to the goal that they conceded. They've started to get the ball down, they've started to play. The quality of the crosses has improved, and just important really, concentration, the key word.
Another foul by Jolovic. Titus Bramble. Herman Hararisson. Benidi George. Crowd impatient for a score. It's a lovely turn by Kinago, rather demonstrating what I was saying about how well he uses his body. He drops down below this height, which is about 5'10". Magilton, Kinago, waits, goes for the shot. Stewart had made the run to his right.
Yeah, it's an excellent run by Stewart. A give and go actually from Magilton. Kinago suddenly realising an extra half a yard, and goalkeeper a comfortable save.
The Spaniard thought that he was pulled down by the Belarusian international, Lukovic. Magilton. George wide, 2-3, now in the box, played in early and defended by Lukovic.
Yes, again, early cross is the key. Good run by Kinago, and Lukovic forces him with the header just to force it wide, but early ball against defenders running back towards their own goal.
Crowd appreciative, and I would think a little more confident than previously. Need to mark a bit better in the middle here. Now they are. Shirko, Kometsev!
It's a classic attack, isn't it? Almost concede at one end and they're away, the Russians. A matter of 4 or 5 passes and a strike on goal. Yet another warning to Ipswich.
They still have to play the leaders, Spartak Moscow, and talking to 1 or 2 of their directors yesterday evening, they're confident that they might even cause a surprise and win the thing, the championship that is. Radisson. Still Radisson. This is George. John McGreal staying back.
Unlucky Bramble, really. He's made the mistake, and of which everyone's aware in the ground, but he's still trying to play, trying to do things the right way. It's the only way he's going to learn.
Ipswich, eventually. Carefully watched by 20-year-old Titus Bramble. Come through the Ipswich Academy. Chilton, neatly done. And this time the free kick is against the Spaniard.
Actually, the clever thing now for Kunaga would be actually to come for the ball, Barry, because everybody's, understands that he's trying to hold the defenders off all the time. If he comes for one or two, he'll have the defender in two minds. And
two in the middle. No trouble for Matteo Sereni. Bramble. Given away again, so unnecessary, the extra passes at the back. Miltsev is down hurt. And John McGreal ends the danger which he contributed to making. George showing a good turn of pace. And the handball by Leonchenko. Every player coming back from Moscow Torpedo, but nobody's picked up Bramble. Two went for the same ball. Finally cleared by Daev. Important touch by Magilton. Shirko. Viasmikin pulls away far side. Malai. Shirko in the middle. There's Meakin. Well, they got away with it. But I would think that Sereni might have a word with young Bramble.
Well, lack of communication, I'm afraid, is a problem. That's the original play by Viasmikin. He took the defender under the ball and then brought him back out. And eventually got the shot on target.
Lukovic. Well won by George. Holland. Magilton brings Radisson into the play again. Komiltsev back to make the first challenge. Shirko. The third of this first leg. We're still trying to recover from conceding a poor goal from their point of view. Swiftly and cleanly taken by Torpedo Moscow. And I suspect that George Burley will say that's another. He says that every match they've played this season, just about every match, they've conceded a City goal. points from 5 games in the Championship for George Burley's team. Scored 5 goals, finished 5th last season, signed 5 foreigners in the summer. What there is about number 5, I don't know. Given against McGreal. Komiltsev involved with Lenchenko, going back to go forward. This is Dayev, that's a free kick against Konago. Stewart showing signs of frustration. Swiftly played to Malai. Stewart had made a good run forward. Not seen or not used. Bramble. Crowd love it when he goes forward. Almost a touch through to George. Did well to check out to collect. O'Reillyson. That's the best ball in he's hit. Malai. Komiltsev. Ziyanov. Right. Fine ball inside the defender, who was in fact V.S. Meakin, front player. Ryderson. Konago. Crowd in front of me wanted a penalty for that. Funny how attitudes can change when the foreigners come to play in home teams.
Just a difference in the teams really now, with making, giving the ball away in that such an area.
2 in the middle waiting. Ryderson. Gilton. And a penalty has been given for the challenge on Konago. And Alexander Lukvich can't believe it. Played in by Chris Makin.
Just the pull of the shirt, Barry, I think. That's exactly what the referee and the referee's assistant has seen. You pull the forward shirt in the penalty area, it's a penalty, isn't it?
And Marcus Stewart very happy to place it on the penalty spot. And the chance to lift Ipswich Town's challenge, which has been a bit strafing up to this point. Is this to be the turning point of the match? It's not. It's wide of the post, deceiving to the crowd as the ball agonisingly came around behind the net, but he pulled it across past the goalkeeper's left post.
Well, he just made his mind up under Marcus Stewart exactly where he wanted to place it. And cardinal sin, missed the target.
Another view. He's got his hand on his back here, and it stays there all the time. There's a bit of push and a bit of pull. He finds himself on the wrong side anyway due to the turn of Kunago. And as you rightly said, Mark Lawrenson, that's a penalty.
Well, you can't argue if you get your shirt pulled in the opposition penalty area, you're an attacker, it's a penalty.
George. Free kick against Sherko. Battle to find a bit of space. Kunago! Oh, unlucky off the crossbar. Well, the fates are certainly not with Ipswich at the moment, but the crowd are playing their part, trying to change that. Oh, Holland did well. Marcus Stewart. Haridason. Straight at the goalkeeper, unfortunately for Kunago. Seems to be involved in everything.
Well, in the space of a minute, including the penalty, 3 excellent chances for Ipswich.
A bit of a dive in there by Kalmutsev. May just suggest that the nerves are jangling a bit in the Moscow team. Again, Vukovic finding him difficult. Kunago. Haridason. Need one before half-time. That's the corner.
Again, the ball in from Magilton, and just a lovely list of touches from Kunago, stretching all the time, the goalkeeper completely beaten.
Stewart trying to find some room, goalkeeper not sure where to go. It's a goal kick. And after one header off the bar, there was another straight at the goalkeeper in the end.
Yeah, this is a knockback from Haridason to Kunago. Again, did really well, got in front of the defender, and goalkeeper in the right place, as is his wont.
Magilton. Dive watched it, but played it straight to George. Holland. Good backtracking. Shot by Chris Macon. Oh dear. Almost cut the ball in half. Yanchenko couldn't keep it in. Macon. Useful. Haridason coming on it.
Well, I think Finidi George headed it against his own player. I believe it was Marcus Stewart.
George. Spin was in the favour of Torpedo. George. at a fairly awkward height for Daev. All Barcelona in the Torpedo half. Swept left again. George. Cleared by Jolovic, and Magilton's shot up onto the empty north stand.
Now there's a penalty again, wasn't it? I don't think there's any doubt about that whatsoever. Got to hit the target, Barry. Penalties. There's no doubt that Ipswich certainly played some lovely football in the last 10 minutes, and it's funny with football teams, sometimes they have to go a goal down ready to start to play and create chances, but certainly they should at least be back in the game by now.
It's rather a contrast with the game on Sunday, where they started so well and then lost their way. But should be a fair amount of hope among their supporters during the half-time interval, even if they don't manage to wipe out the Torpedo advantage before half-time. Bramble. Stewart. Sajaya trying to stay with Benidi George. Double cover from Lukovic. Fiasmikin. Trying to hold the line, but they've got plenty forward now. Using the width of it. This is Shirko in possession. Still Shirko. Daev. Ryderson. Miltsev didn't know Magilton was there. Making wide for Holland. Jermaine Wright. George. Bramble. Magilton. Plenty of room for Making to move into. And for Wright, draws Daev out of the middle. But another central defender by habit, if not today by position. Just behind him to clear, Leonchenko.
Yeah, Magilton's free kick, wasn't it? Kunaga, and different angle from it. And he'd well leapt early and got as much on it as he possibly could. And well, that's not symptomatic of their luck tonight, or lack of.
He's looked a useful acquisition, especially as he came free on the Bosman ruling from Celta Vigo. Just the 1 minute of stoppage time. It's been a busy half, not lacking in incident, but as far as Ipswich are concerned, rather lacking in fortune. Leonchenko. Jermaine Wright, promising here, 4 inside him. This is George, and that's nothing. A look at the watch, whistle in mouth, and at half-time, Moscow Torpedo lead by the only goal scored by Dmitry Vyazmikin. Opportunities were there to wipe it out, not least from Stewart from the penalty spot. But Ipswich on the wrong end of the score. They have never lost on this ground in European football, and they have never failed to score.
The thing is as well, Barry, just naive in the way they conceded the goal, but created enough chances and started to play good football after going one down. But quite honestly, you cannot afford to miss penalties at any level, let alone in the UEFA Cup.
Well, Ipswich waiting to make a substitution at the start of the second half, we understand, to try and change the positions you see there on the pitch. There is Jamie Clapham, who has found it a bit difficult to get into the lineup back end of last season, the start of this, but he's on in place of John McGreal.
Yeah, Ryderson will just slot into McGreal's centre-back berth alongside Titus Bromlin. They might actually go for three and try and push Makin down on the right-hand side also.
Certainly saw enough of Ryderson, although I suppose in some respects I should contradict that, not enough, because it didn't actually produce an end point, but he made lots of tracks down the left side in the first half. Makin was somewhat restricted. Interesting to see, but that's certainly how they're starting, Mark, with three at the back. Ryderson in the middle, Clapham left, Bramble right.
We'd also imagine that this obviously will push Jermaine right on the right-hand side as well.
Here he is, precisely in that position, right. Kunago, Jilton, and Vyazmikin, who earlier in the match defended very well for a forward there, challenged like a forward.
I think Jim Jilton was glad he was falling already. He was struggling for the pace, and quite glad he got fouled.
Yeah, very gentlemanly. You want to go down? I'll help you. Jilton takes the free kick. Bramble doesn't win the header. He's somewhat static. Makin. Ipswich ball. Came off the hand, but referee's just giving the throw. Certainly a bit of holding going on here. And the verdict goes against Stewart.
Well, I think they're right, and I mean the crowd are cheering the referee, but Stewart's got the defender facing his own goal. He doesn't need to touch him. He's got him where he wants him, and as soon as he puts pressure on him, tries to kick him, Barry, he's going to have a free kick given against him.
Bramble. Jilton. There's Meakin forcing him slightly across, but here's Clapham. George. And Jilton. That's a fine ball. Played early. Good shoulder by Finidi George. Three waiting in the middle. One of them is Holland, of course a bit strong. Stewart forced away. And the defender there giving him a bit of a lesson on what you said a minute ago. He didn't need a challenge for the ball there. But that's, in a way, that was a little potted summary of the problems with Ipswich Town. They have at times tried a bit too hard when they haven't needed to. Instead of the game developed for them?
Just experience, Barry, and I think the encouraging thing is that the way they reacted to conceding the goal, I thought was very, very good and very, very encouraging to come back and make the chances, and I'm sure George Burley at half-time stressed that to his players.
Making with difficulty. Torpedo throw. Torpedo in their 18th campaign. They were in fact the first side from the Soviet Union to play in the Champions Cup back in 1966. Won the championship the previous year. The Soviet season, indeed the Russian season, now goes from March to November. Here's Meakin looking for the knock. Straight to the head of Hridison, but no chance to the score of the only goal. Stewart, Jolovic's header. Corner. Jeremy Wright has gone to take it. Stewart on the goal line. Kanago just outside the 6-yard box with Vukovic for company. Now he attacked the ball well, but could never keep it down.
Great delivery again from Magilton. So the right foot swinging in, and I think actually the defender might have had the last touch. It's a bright start from Ipswich the second half, and started to get the ball down, they started to play, and there's a bit of energy about the play as well.
Shirko, currently in the Russian side, scored against the Faroe Islands. Gilton, Matt Holland, Jeremy Clapham, bring it, says Stewart. Now he needs to use it. Needy George, Stewart had gone. Good header making. Bramble was difficult one, that did well. Stewart this time makes the run, and the ball is too long.
Movement's good though, that's the most important thing. Keep the movement up, eventually the ball will find you. Just a word really Titus Bramble as well, Barry, that you're always aware when you've made a mistake that you've made the mistake, and as your heart stops at sometimes when the ball comes to you, think you might just give it away again, so he's learning very quickly.
Holland, mistake by Leonchenko. George, would have been a first-class pass to the referee, but didn't quite go where he meant it to do so. Lots of possession here from Ipswich, but you can feel when they play it across the back like this, there's a concern in the crowd. Kinago underneath it, Jolovic couldn't get there. Good covering header by Diev. Holland, George, Magilton. Goalkeeper stretching. He was able to move quickly enough, and there was no real attack from Kanago. Here's Magilton. Kanago. It's come to Clapham. Youngsters in the crowd. There's has been a family club. And at the playing level, they've got many youngsters coming through their academy. They've had to make purchases from abroad to give those youngsters time. Bramble. Shirko.
Time.
Making. Kanago. Referee had an excellent view of that. Shirko to chase. He'd recently been recalled to the Russian ranks, and rather curious that the international manager is also the manager of Moscow Spartak, and he sold him to Torpedo, but now recalls him to his country's colours. George. Forced away with some venom by Saraya. Jolovic. Torpedo will be quite happy if Ipswich hit long balls like that. Shirko again. Zidianov has made the run. And here's Shirko! Well, he thought that he was caught by Haridason. But an escape for Ipswich.
Just really good pressure on the ball, isn't it, by Torpedo Moscow? They are forcing Ipswich to make the mistakes, and that is the difference.
George. It's all a bit narrow for him. He didn't have the width to play, and again the referee decides that there was no infringement worth whistling for.
Well, the defender certainly got the ball. What you have to decide is whether it was a tackle from behind.
It's Chris Makin. But Shirko really had the chance here to wrap up the first leg. Zilianov rather had the chance, and then Shirko came on from behind.
I think Shirko knew that the challenge was going to come in from Haridason, which somewhat put him off, and definitely not a penalty, Barry. I think they both went legitimately for the ball.
And Kanago is getting a huge hand from this crowd as he comes off to be replaced by Richard Naylor. Certainly has an opportunity to make a name for himself. He's been very unlucky with injuries, had a good chance on Sunday and didn't take it. But I don't care where it comes from, somebody's got to take a chance for Ipswich if they're to stay really in contention in this UEFA Cup.
Well, it certainly increase his stock tonight if he can get a goal for Ipswich.
Ziyanov. Komiltsev. Well, he's come on in determined style.
Well, it's fortunate the referee didn't see that. But there was no real attempt to play the ball. I think we can guess what his manager said to him just before he came on.
Magilton. Clapham. Sidyanov. Neatly done. Leonchenko. Komiltsev. Sidyanov again. Quite sure what Makin was expecting then. Quite a long way to suggest his goalkeeper might come for it.
Yeah, I think he was also where he thought the ball would maybe skid off the turf and help his cause, but seemed to sit up a bit and made his mind up for him.
Tonight's attendance is 21,201. 21,201.
21,201 the crowd, and all bar 50 of them willing Ipswich to score. Stewart. Naylor, Stewart. Clapham. 4 waiting. Sidyanov, who got back. Chance of a counter here. Here's Meakin. Gets it back inadvertently from Bramble, who tries to improvise. Here's Komiltsev. Good block by Haridason.
Well, it needed to be as well. I think Haridason was guilty of giving the ball away in the first place. It just shows you how quickly you can turn defence into attack.
Making. Magilton. Vinny George. Oh, it was a good chance, albeit from distance. But it was always rising.
Oh, it's an excellent opportunity. This in the middle of the goals, just over 20 yards away, gone for pace, gone for power instead of gone for placement. And as we keep saying, you have to hit the target.
That's Meakin. Haridason leaning on him a bit too much. Making. First comes Shirko. It's a disappointing ball.
Well, it's also disappointing when you think that Clapham's come on in the second half to play down the left. Vinny George has played most of the game there. Haridason in the first half had so much room down that side and so many opportunities. It's down the left-hand side and haven't really made the most of those opportunities.
I thought he was nudged a bit, and he may have a case. Naylor. Stewart looking for the run from Holland, which he didn't really make.
No, I think Holland actually got underneath the ball, then he probably got in there just a little bit too early, but the great problem was that the ball was extremely high for Stewart. He's having to hang and then try and direct his header.
I'm beginning to get rather restive. Sidyanov. George. Jaya with him, useful. Stewart. Clapham. Square ball on for Holland. Good ball forward for George. Macon. Right, it's a bit short. Macon. Clapham. Naylor across the box, at the back comes Stewart. Nobody filling the hole behind him, Leonchenko. A little untidily gets it away. He looks the most likely to break the deadlock as far as the Ipswich are concerned. Still on the wrong end of a 1-0 score. Foul by Magilton. It's Leonchenko. Shirko's intentions not read by anybody else.
No, he checked, didn't he? He just waited. He knew he was offside if he'd gone straight away, and just waited, and he thought the player on the ball had spotted it.
Magilton. Make it. George. Immediately Leonchenko closed that gap a little. Here's Holland. I regret to say he sent a letter. Hard work for Ipswich Town against a very, very useful looking Russian side. George probably doesn't have that much longer to make a mark on the match. The Nigerian. Comfortable. Shirko, and still, that's a good save, but Mekin follows up. The flag is up on the far side for offside. Will not count.
Well, in terms of the football, it was brilliant play. Shirko, the mannerism with the shot, and there's no doubt the guy who put it in the net wasn't in offside position when the shot came in.
He's actually offside for quite a long time, wasn't he?
He was offside a couple of times.
Chris Macon comes off to be replaced by the Dutchman Martin Royster as we look again at the goal. Look how long number 19 there, Mekin, is in the offside position. It's a good stop by Sereni to deny Shirko.
However, the move was outstanding, wasn't it? It was started on the edge of their 18-yard box, and the passing, the movement, the awareness for when to move, and the weight of the pass was marvellous.
Paradis. Clapham. Leonchenko. Zilyanov. Clapham. George in the middle now.
Seems to be something happens when you get down that left-hand side, but I don't know what it is. I mean, the number of occasions alone, we must be close to a dozen where they've got in really advantageous positions, but the final ball's been poor.
Bramble. Challenged from behind by Lukovic. Naylor. Unlucky Stewart.
Well, it was unlucky Stewart, wasn't it? A ball coming in from Rosa, and it was just... problem was, it was just the momentum of getting the first touch. He's brought his knee forward and probably sums the night up.
So I waited a long time in Suffolk for this day and worked very hard to get there, and very entertainingly last season. And they finished in 5th place and at one stage looked likely to make the Champions League. In by George. And Naylor didn't really get hold of it.
Quick thinking by Midgilton. Lovely early low cross by Fenidi George. Nearly got himself in position and rather snatched at the shot. Movement was good in front of the defender and really failed to make any meaningful contact.
One for right to chase. Well across by Malai. Free kick. George nudged off the ball by Daev, in the opinion of the assistant referee on this near side.
I think it's a harsh decision.
Bramble and Horadison, far side. Referee insistent on the 10 yards. Zilyanov finally satisfies him. And the goalkeeper again, just off the top of the knuckles when it didn't need to be, so he could have come and caught that, having got to that position. Bramble. Midgilton. Daev showing him outside, he's trying to come back the other way, and Jolovic doubles up to make the challenge.
Well, unusual for him because he is the playmaker, he is the one with the vision in the midfield, and he just didn't really see any great movement in front of him.
Holland. George. Midgilton had to dig it out a bit to get the shot. Trying so hard, Ipswich Town. Only Aberdeen, FC 20 and the Grasshopper Club of Switzerland managed to get a draw here in European competition. All of them were scoring draws. Martin Reusser. Clapham. Naylor. Jolovic was there first. a throw, not a corner. Clapham. 3 in the box for Ipswich. Holland makes it 4. Stewart underneath it with the goalkeeper. Better punch this time.
He's consistent, the goalkeeper. He does come and he does make contact. Sometimes it's not particularly good contact, but there's a consistency that his defenders can react to.
Just wouldn't sit for Roycer. George Judge won the ball. Komutsev disappointed. The referee didn't see that as a challenge from behind. That's a free kick against Clapham and a yellow card. Over-eager, over-determined.
And over the top. No doubt about it, Larry. Well done, the referee.
And the referee only got one look at it. No doubt. The injured party is not getting too much sympathy. Alexander Lukvich.
Well, there can be no doubt about it. Absolutely no attempt whatsoever to play the ball by Clapham. And in fact, Barry, he's actually very fortunate to stay on the pitch. As much as the crowd are booing and jeering, it's a very poor tackle.
Oh, one hopes that the Belarusian isn't badly injured, but needs fortune to be on his side, which I think it is. It's got a knock on the side of the knee, which can be very painful. Riderson. Ball straight back to Clapham. No substitution made yet by Torpedo. The penalty apart, the nearest they've come.
Well, the key is here's the pace on the cross, really. Great pace on it. And got in front of his marker, George. Excellent save by Berezovsky.
Curl on the corner. And the free kick given against Riderson. But significantly, I think, Mark, that was the best cross that Ipswich have supplied all evening.
Well, that's just the whipped pace. And that was the one very difficult to defend again. Just adds to the power and the pace, does Finidi George. I mean, it looks even comfortable now, but in real time it was an excellent save.
Naylor. George again. Naylor waiting in the middle. Jermaine Wright to help. Free kick given for the challenge on George. Is it to come for Ipswich Town? Roycer. George! Was it over the line? I think not. But the legs saved it in the end. It'll be interesting to see what the referee is going to give here.
No, not a goal. Not a goal. I think what happened with Stewart's tried to play the ball out of the legs of the goalkeeper's, claimed he's not got his hands on it, and that's what the reaction's for. But definitely did not go over.
Reacted well, did Berezovsky. But it was a fair point that he didn't actually have his hands on the ball, so can't blame Marcus Stewart. So many might have beens. Ipswich, it's been a match of almost but just not quite.
Well, I would suggest that they played a lot worse this season and probably got more from the game than they're going to get today.
Well, they've been conceding late goals in the championship. Torpedo Moscow. And Ipswich add to the list. Little signs of panic. Jolovic gets it away, only to right, needs a good cross now. Marcus Stewart coming in far side. Goalkeeper gets height on the punch. Back from Reusser, but that's a defender's ball, or should be, and is now. And we've observed that Lukovic is back on the pitch, has been for some moments. Not on, George. Two waiting for the cross, Naylor!
Well played for Needy. George held it up, got his head up, had a little look and suggested if nearly hit it left foot he would have been able to get more power on it.
Here's Meakin. Vodsev. One with determination by Holland. When wasn't he determined? Miltsev. Shirko. And the substitution to be made by Moscow Torpedo. Shirkov would seem to be suffering a bit from cramp, but I don't think he's going to get too much sympathy from the referee. Igor Shemshov is the player to be brought on. Bit surprising he didn't start. Midfield player.
Well, the crowd are whistling at the moment, but the referee stopped his watch, so there isn't a problem. And they've only got to get him off the pitch because he's not coming back on. He's looked a good player, Barry Shirko. His movement's been excellent, close control, and his awareness and eye for a goal as well.
Would be a player to be seen in the World Cup. And Shemshov is Shirko's replacement. Which presumably means they're going to leave Piers Meakin. A reasonably lonely figure forward. He's back well in his own half, as indeed Torpedo Moscow have been en masse for almost all this second half. Agility. All behind the ball except for Vyazmikin. Holland. Leonchenko. George. Reusser at the back. Flying through the air with the greatest, but not making contact.
Just trying to be a bit too clever, Clapham, wasn't he? He just went for the dummy and forgot to take the ball.
Free kick against Leonchenko. was shaken a bit. Decides to give himself time to clear his head. I don't think he can be entirely blamed for that. Mass on the line with the far post. It's delivered a bit shorter. Needy George. And Bramble! Marcus Bramble for him, Christian. Not a flicker, but inside. What delight. Good determined play by Needy George here that set up the opportunity. Little touch to him with the outside of the foot and instant dispatch.
Well, that's the best possible way you can atone for your error in giving the ball away and therefore the goal away. And probably came from Ipswich's scruffiest move of the game as well, Barry, but well done Titus Bramble. He kept it down low, he hit it very, very early. The goalkeeper didn't see it.
Now, can one lead to another? Here's Clapham. Chase for Wright. 5 in attacking positions. Goalkeeper comes a long way. He punched the ball down. Bramble back to cover well. Well, his first match in Europe has really been a down and up night.
Certainly won't forget it, will he?
Maintained one record of always scoring. Can they add to the number of victories? Clapham got deflected off the post! Oh, and off the post and crossbar from Naylor. Unreal. Oh, how unlucky. In by Clapham. George couldn't reach it and was adjudged to a foul.
Well, again, it was really a scruffy move. It was deflected shot from Clapham, and thought Nelly did actually really well. Just tried to chip it over the goalkeeper, and just a little bit too much elevation on it. He does really well here, Nelly, because the goalkeeper's down. He just flicks it over him, and wow, coat of paint.
Riderson. Clapham. 3 up, 5 back. Stewart. Oh. Well, he hit that cleanly. For the second time in the match, from his point of view, the wrong side of the post.
Well, I knew what was coming, don't we? All those who watch him every week, left foot inside. Far post curler. It's amazing, since Naylor's come on, Ipswich, if anything, gone the more direct route, the more direct style, and they've made the better chances than they've made throughout all the game. And well, a little bit of luck, they should be at 1 if not 2 goals in front by now.
Torpedo Moscow bringing on Vyacheslav Kamoltsev. And he's replacing Vyazmikin, scorer of their goal in the 14th minute. Stake by young Bramble, for which he has atoned and set up the possibilities of victory could still be gained late in the day. The kick for the foul by Magilton. The referee having to blow a lot to get the free kick, and it is a free kick to Torpedo Moscow in spite of what Magilton thinks.
Well, Komoltsev was very clever. The foul was awarded on him, and he ran away with the ball knowing full well the referee had already blown for the foul.
Haridason. Clapham. The referee allows play to continue. Took the best of challenges on Clapham, who himself is given the only yellow card of the contest. Good idea by Bramble, but 4 minutes of stoppage time, adding to the hope of the home supporters. Bramble. Naylor. Bramble's continued the run. This is right. And Bramble is to be found. Good play by Titus Bramble. He and George side by side, just left of the penalty spot. Haridason to come from the back of the area. Up off Jolovic. George and Malai, another corner. Jermaine Wright. George again. Naylor got a bit of it. Roycer. It was Stewart who just couldn't find the touch. Holland, and again a touch by Stewart would have diverted it the other way.
Well, it's like a pinball, isn't it? Ball in from Roycer and nearly stretches for it. Stewart just misses it as well, and still the ball comes back out. Roycer did well because he took the defenders underneath it, and it's just a touch, the slightest of touches is all it needs. It's a shot from Holland, needed another touch.
Holland. Good piece of play by Silyanov. Magilton. Bramble. Ball and defender at the same time. Lenchenko. Jolovic, Bramble, Wright, Roycer, straight at the goalkeeper by George, and again the flag stayed down on this side with the Torpedo players appealing for offside.
Well, the technique was fine by George, just didn't really get any pace in the shot.
Roycer trying to get through the crowd. And we're into the last minute. Matt Holland did well. Last chance. George clearly onside, but not really testing the goalkeeper. Right. Roycer. Mass ranks, they've got a man over. It's Clapham. Good defending. Free kick for the challenge from behind. And Ipswich, it looks, will have to remind themselves how well they did away from home in the Premiership last season. 9 victories their return to European competition in a tournament that they won back in 1981 has ended 1-1 with Titus Bramble involved in both goals. Piaz Meakin, after 14 minutes, putting Torpedo Moscow in front, and Titus Bramble equalising in the 85th minute. Plenty of activity, plenty of incident. 1-1 the final outcome.